You are tuned into the Literacy Hour with Test Taking Solution and your host, Dr. Kentrell Liddell, MD, MBA. The purpose of this show is to help mitigate health disparities, improving literacy related to health, economics, and education. For all your professional development, professional management, and educational support services needs, contact Test Taking Solution, where we're igniting success. Located at 2104 Thousand Oaks Drive in Jackson, Mississippi. Literacy is knowledge and knowledge is power. Thank you for joining the Literacy Hour. Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Boy, it is July the 7th, and we're all locked and loaded. I hope that you had a wonderful 4th of July celebration and that you are doing well this morning. I was blessed by another early sunrise worship service with Brother Larry Armstrong over at WMPR 90.1 FM, the voice of the community. Yes, I do know that prayer works and that there is power in prayer. I hope other folks share that same knowledge. Brother Armstrong, you hit the nail on the head. I had never heard that song, and it was so very, very beautiful. Last week on the show, we had a lot of technical difficulties at the top of the hour, boy, and you all let me know. Thank you so much. Across the week, you called and you shared with me just wonderful, encouraging words, and I really appreciate it. We're not quite sure what was going on, but technology is great. It's a great tool. When it works well, and sometimes there are issues. But I'm just so grateful that you were patient and kind enough to stick on in there with us. I said last week that I wanted to reference some very important topics that we had wanted to discuss at that time, but because we were working through those issues, we could not talk about them. So I'll start right where I left off last Tuesday. Again, welcome to the Literacy Hour. I am Dr. Kentrell Liddell, but listen, I'm just one person. We have an amazing team over at Test Taking Solution. And then at the radio stations, of course, I've told you before, I've told you a million times, we couldn't do what we do without all of the expertise that resides in the building. Okay. So it takes a lot of folks to bring a show of this caliber to you. I know it doesn't seem like it's tough or challenging, does it? We make it look and sound so easy, but trust me, there are a lot of moving parts. So this morning, we're just grateful to God for letting us be here. And we're going to start now again where we left off last Tuesday after we talk about the word of the day. Today is First Tuesday. It's education literacy here on the Literacy Hour. The word of the day is affidavit. Affidavit. AFFIDAV as in volleyball, IT, affidavit. Yeah, it's a sworn written statement. Affidavit. And let's see. A good way to remember affidavit is this phrase, after David. After David slew Goliath, he made out an affidavit not to further hurt any big guys. So affidavit, after David slew Goliath, he made an affidavit. Said he just wasn't going to hurt anyone else. What's an affidavit? It's a sworn written statement. The defense lawyer had a sworn affidavit from witnesses claiming that his client was innocent of the crime that he was charged with. Right? So affidavit is a sworn written statement. Somebody says, get me an affidavit. That means they want you to get them a sworn. You swore before the presence of somebody else and you made a statement, and you didn't just make it verbally, you wrote it down. An affidavit is a written statement that has been sworn to by someone else. Another sentence with the word affidavit. Affidavit. Roseanne had an affidavit from her neighbor, giving her permission to cut down the tree on their mutual property line. She said, "Listen, I don't want any trouble later on. Go ahead on and write me out an affidavit." What is it? A sworn written statement that you agreed to us cutting down this tree. Is on both of our property lines. And so I need an affidavit from you, so that when your children and your nephews, uncles, aunts, and cousins come back trying to do something to me, I'll be able to show them this affidavit. How many of you know we might need to get some affidavits from some folks? Because, boy, I tell you, memories, they fade. And people will come telling you what you said and did and couldn't do and wasn't going to do and tried to do, and they get it all twisted up. And you were very clear in your mind what you said. Okay. After a while, we're going to have folks doing some written statements, some affidavits, if you will. Sounds like something you are familiar with, doesn't it? Sounds like a contract or a memorandum of understanding, an MOU. Well, one more sentence with the word affidavit. The chairman accepted an affidavit from the claimant, who was too ill to appear before the board meeting. Let's do it that way. Yeah, that you sent an affidavit swearing that you were too ill to come to court. You were too ill. So you sent in a sworn written statement. Affidavit. That is our word of the day. Affidavit. All right. Well, now last Tuesday, which was Tech Tuesday, we had a fifth Tuesday in May. And just by the grace of God, we were able. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your messages, your calls. Listen, call in. The call in number is 601-714-TEST. That's TEST, or 8378. That number again is 601-714-8378. Feel free to call in, and we'll get you on air and see what it is you want to share. I hope that it will be some helpful information that will help others. The governor released our statewide AI framework, and we were talking about that last week. You know by now that AI stands for artificial intelligence. Yes, artificial intelligence. Mississippi is taking defining steps on the artificial intelligence front. We're looking at educating children in grades K through 12 at every stage about AI, all the way through post secondary education and on into their careers. And the framework is hoping to align all of that education between the classrooms, the training programs, employers. The executive director of Accelerate Mississippi, Dr. Courtney Taylor, said that, this is about more than just technology. We're building a system that prepares every Mississippian, from a student in the Delta to a shipbuilder on the Gulf Coast, to adapt, to compete, and to succeed in a rapidly changing world. How many of you can attest to the fact that it's rapidly changing? I witnessed something the other day. We're in the midst of our summer academic enrichment program over at Test Taking Solution, and we were getting the van that we had reserved for our trip on today. Today is Field Trip Tuesday, and I just was sitting there in the waiting area as they washed and took care of our van over at Enterprise. Enterprise blesses us every year. We're just so grateful. When people come together, that's people who care. Um, Major things can happen. Very positive things can happen. We're very grateful for Enterprise, that team over in Ridgeland. Boy, if you have not had an experience like professionalism to the highest degree, go on over to Enterprise in Ridgeland and just see what happens. Y- don't take it from me. Just see for yourselves. We had a wonderful time. But while I was sitting in there, um, a young lady who obviously works at the place, but she works outside, kind of helping to get cars reserved and pulled for people. She came on the inside, and there was an elderly woman sitting there with her younger daughter. I would say the daughter was maybe in her 50s, and the elderly woman, I would guess, was about in her 70s, 80s. And so the young lady presented the electronic device to the elderly woman, said, I just need you to sign here. And interestingly, the elderly woman said, okay, where's the pen? And the young girl said, all you got to do is just use your finger. Just sign right here. Use your finger. That was just another example of what I just said and of what Dr. Courtney Taylor mentioned in her statement about the importance of being able to adapt, to compete, and to succeed in this rapidly changing world. Certainly, we don't know what we don't know. And for those of you under the sound of my voice in your 20s and your teens, um, I need you to be patient. I want you to be patient and kind with the older folks, your elders who are trying to learn this technology. Some of it they've never seen before. It just has not come up in their lifetime. So be patient, be kind, be understanding. For that young girl to come back, it was a really fast comeback. All you have to do is use your finger. The young lady, the elderly lady that is, just did not know that she could write on this electronic device with her finger. So that's why I say shows like the Literacy Hour and other resources that help us to stay abreast of the latest trends and updates about topics are so important. It makes, stations that are about educating the community important. And so I was really sad to see that or to witness that incident. But the daughter, I know you're wondering, well, what did the daughter that you said is probably in her 30s? What does she do? Or in her 50s? What does she do? Well, she stepped in. She said what any loving daughter would have said. She said, "My mom didn't know that." She said, "Mom, here, just take your finger and just sign." Yeah. And they handled that business. And so the grandmother, of course, or the elderly woman, she kind of laughed it off. And it was just a prime example of how I truly believe we're leaving some people behind. I truly believe that all of the education about AI, about technology in general, is not reaching the ears of some people. And that's not a good thing. They're living in this world too. And they are having to adapt and having to make amends to succeed in this rapidly changing world. And now, elders, this word is for you now because I need you. I want you to be patient as well. When you need help, ask for it. If you don't understand something, ask. It is okay to not know. It's okay to not understand. But it's not okay to keep not knowing. And it's not okay to keep not understanding. In all of your getting, get an understanding. It's okay to ask your grandchildren something about your phone if you don't understand it. It's okay to access resources that are available to you if you don't understand something. We have, I know, over at Apple in the Renaissance, the Highland Colony Park, Man, if you go in there, you can set up education trainings. They will do it free of charge, help you to know how to operate your mobile device. I tell you, thank you so much, caller. You're on the air. What's your question or your comment this morning?
Well, I have a comment. I just want to say that thank you. You just touched my heart about the enterprise. I had a same situation this weekend. We were celebrating my mom 101 birthday,
Oh, happy birthday.
and about 300 people came, and we were at the Hilton. But this is the point: the person we had to do the music, he had sickle cell, and he had lost both of his eyesight. And well, he could see a little out of the left eye, but his sister both, she had sickle cell, and you're exactly correct, but she can see out of her left eye. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching that he couldn't find the music or whatever. She went over and eased up beside him. He said, I have a right eye I can see out of. Your left eye you can see somewhat. She said, let me help you. And they're not even in their 50s. So, yes, compassion and love. And yes, we must learn. But I just want you to know thank you for bringing out those little things that God tells us to do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. And look for in your heart ways to help others. I'll hang up. And thank you, Dr. Liddell, for all that you do.
Wow. Thank you, ma'am, for listening to the Literacy Hour. Boy, what a wonderful statement. I know our word of the day is affidavit. If I could get everybody to just write out an affidavit, a sworn written statement with the words that this beautiful lady just shared with all of us. Boy, didn't she teach this morning? Didn't she preach this morning? To do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We have rules listed up all on our walls at Test Taking Solution during the summer. One of the first things that the scholars do when they get in is they recite those rules. And one of those rules is about not bullying, not talking about people's appearance, or maybe they might have a disability. We don't talk about those things. And see, she taught this morning that we should have compassion. I'm so glad about it. I'm mighty. Whoa, hello. How are you, Mr. EJ? Man, thank you so much. You're into the summer academic enrichment program this morning. Well, man, I'm on the radio. Yes, I'm glad you stepped in. Listen, everybody, I got to pause right here, man. We got a superstar in the building. We got several of them, but looks like one has come to visit me here in the virtual studio. I'm on air right about now. Just so you know, now the information shared during the literacy hour, either by our host or guest, is for educational purposes. Doesn't constitute medical, legal, financial, or tax advice. Now, if you want some specific advice that's applicable to your situation, contact a licensed certified professional. The Literacy Hour is brought to you this morning by Test Taking Solution and across the radio waves by underwriters. Now, if you enjoy the content that you hear on the Literacy Hour and you want to hear it on your radio station, Test Taking Solution needs underwriters to underwrite. What is the meaning of the word underwrite? It means to pay for. Yeah, to pay for the cost of the airtime. And I'm afraid that if we do not get an underwriter by the end of July, some of you who are listening to the Literacy Hour on your radio station right now, you will be unable to air or hear the show. You won't be able to get it. The only way you will be able to get it is to go over to YouTube, and because we air there and we also archive our shows over there on YouTube. Our channel is Test Taking Solution Foundation. Now, it's not free either. We have to pay for that channel as well as the other moving parts I talked about when the show first came on. So let me show you just how impactful the work of Test Taking Solution is. We've been voluntarily feeding our community since school got out. That's right. It's the Summer Food Services Program, and in collaboration with the Jackson Public School District, that's the Office of Child Nutrition. Man, you got Dr. Edney over there. Mr. Edney. I like to call him Dr. Edney because he shares the same last name of our Chief Health Officer. and that's Dr. Daniel Etney. You all have heard me talk about him, but we have in the JPS Office of Child Nutrition, the director over there is Mr. Alvin Etney. We got him, and we have Mr. I think it's Chris Rogers. I know his last name. I may not get all the first names correct, but you talk about a team. Man, Mr. Al Fairley is over there, and our driver, Mr. Henry. Oh my, listen, rain, sleet, shine, or snow, he's going to make sure we got what we need for these children. And the children, you'll hear them say, "Thank you, Mr. Henry." But we have a child that came in just to say good morning, just to say hello. And but for test taking solutions literacy hour, and but for the programs that we sponsor, um, this child wouldn't be here this morning. No, because it wouldn't be a program for him to come to. And some of you have been very instrumental in making sure that this program happens this year. We thank Dr. Glenn, that's Clyde and Celeste Glenn. We thank Brook Hollow Neighborhood Association. That's the Brook Hollow Place Neighborhood Association. Yes, we thank Mr. Ollie Linson. I mean, he and his wife sponsored 10 of these children. Now, and I don't want you all to think that it's a lot of money. We don't charge a lot. I mean, it's just $150, and that doesn't cover it doesn't cover the staffing. It doesn't cover salaries. It doesn't cover the bus and the van that we have to rent. But I work really, really hard because I know how important this work is. It certainly doesn't cover the air time, but I want you just to listen for a moment. Mr. EJ, you got a little time this morning, man? Come on over so they can kind of hear you. What you say just then? You said yes, ma'am, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh man, I'm so glad to have you on. This is Mr. EJ, you all. We'll just call it like that. We are very protective of our children, so you don't necessarily need to know his whole name. Mr. EJ, now you've been at the summer academic enrichment program that just started on yesterday. How has it been, man?
It's been fun.
Oh wow, I'm so glad. Just day one. Man, listen, they did experiments on yesterday. We have math Mondays. And did you learn a lot of math yesterday?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, what's one math thing that you learned? Just talk to me.
Um,
Just talk to me. I don't mind. So were y'all doing some addition, some subtraction, or I think I saw you doing some family trees.
I was doing family facts.
Family. Oh yes, family facts. So like 6 plus 2 equals 8, right?
Yes.
And then 2 plus 6 equals
8.
8. Okay. And then 8 minus 6 equals
2.
yes. And then 8 minus 2 equals
6.
so that's a family fact, right?
Yes,
All right. Well
ma'am.
then I'm gonna see. Here's another one. Then you say this is what you were studying on yesterday, and you feel pretty confident about it. Really?
Yes.
All these nods and smiles. Listen, let's see about this one. So, you give me the family fact for this one. I'm putting down 12 plus 3 equals 15. Yeah, I upped the ante a little bit. So, if 12 plus 3 equals 15, what's that next family fact?
3 plus 12 equals 15.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Well, listen, now, if we have two addition problems, we got to have two what?
2 subtraction problem.
Really? You sure we don't have to have two multiplication problems?
No.
What about two division problems?
No.
So we need two subtraction problems.
Yes.
Okay, all right. You sound pretty confident about that. You didn't know that yesterday, but you learned it yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, so then 15 minus what number?
3.
Okay, and so 15 minus 3 is going to give us, or what?
2.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure. I love that. Tell everybody what grades you're going to in the fall.
I'm going to 3rd grade.
And listen, you all, they have a 3rd grade reading test that they have to pass. That's that 3rd grade reading gate test we talk a lot about. I'm going to predict that Mr. EJ is going to pass that test. Mr. EJ, are you going to pass the third grade reading test when they give it in the spring?
Yes, I am.
Woo! Well, listen, today is Field Trip Tuesday. Are you excited?
Yes.
And so, where are you all going today? What trip are you going to be taking?
Jackson State University.
The I love the sonic boom of the South.
Yes.
Woo! And so when you get over there, you're going to tour the campus, talk to some of the young folks who are the tour guides, and just see how beautiful Jackson State's campus is. And you're also going to talk to another group of folks. What team are you going to visit with?
The football players.
Oh, really? Now, listen, Miss EJ, I'm going to ask you one last question, brother. And I'm going to let you get on back. Have you had breakfast this morning?
Yes.
Was the breakfast good? Because I haven't seen it.
It was good.
It was. What y'all had?
Banana bread and apple juice and chocolate milk.
Oh, man. Miss EJ, thank you for visiting with me this morning. Tell all the kids I said good morning and I'll see them soon, okay? All right. Bye bye, Mr. EJ. Man, that was awesome. The kids are amazing and they're so respectful. Man, listen, I can go out there and call any one of them up to this mic and you will hear the same level of intelligence and respect. Mr. EJ has been with us since kindergarten. That's right. We met Mr. EJ as a kindergartner. And so, first grade, second grade, he's been learning how to learn and he has done a beautiful, beautiful job in school. He's not the only one. I've been telling you about our kids along the way. We're just so grateful. We're grateful for Mr. Ralph Peterson of Clear Cut Forestry Mulching, Dr. Maxie Gordon of Gordon Medical Arts Center. He did not have to, but we're going to be able to take this field trip this morning because of Dr. Maxie Gordon. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Dr. Gordon. You know I can't do it by myself. We thank you for PayPal Giving Fund, for Kroger Community Rewards. You all, every little bit counts. It's not a whole lot. I mean, I think those Kroger rewards are $5, $3, but they add up. And I'm just so grateful. We thank God for Mr. Sidney Brown and Miss Sandra Patton and Mr. Jishnu Gosain, Mr. Spencer Harris. Yes, Dr. Salika Sweet. We thank God for St. Matthew MB Church. Boy, you talk about having church. Go look them up on Facebook. Man, pastor can preach. Do you hear me? Rightfully divides the word of truth. It keeps me in line. And I just thank God for him. Belmont Baptist Church. That's right. Where Pastor Tony Chrysler is laying down the word. I told you about Mr. Ollie and Mrs. Gail Linson. I can't say their names enough because I just thank God for them. Wayside Church of Deliverance. That's Bishop Laird and Julius Laird. They're over there and just doing a marvelous job. You know I wouldn't be saying it if it's not true. I can back it up. Mr. Dwight and Mrs. Trinice Evans. They didn't have to, but they made sure the kids had a safe space to play in this summer by getting rid of some dead trees and just not only did they get rid of it, just picked it up and did a marvelous job, very professional job. Fuel Rush General Market, right here in the Brook Hollow Place Neighborhood Association Commercial Park. They're right here and they're giving back to the community. See, now we can get behind businesses that give back. Fuel Rush General Market is not just down there making money off the gas and the things that you buy out of the convenience store, but they're saying, test taking solution students, we got you. You need ice, we got you. And I thank you, Fuel Rush. I've said Mr. Spencer Harris. I say his name again because you talk about making sure the community knows about resources. He's going to get them to me, and I certainly will share them with you. Mr. Jordan, Michael Jordan of MJ Transportation. We thank him. Man, just come by and just say, look here. It may not be much, Dr. Liddell, but I hope it helps. Yes, it helps. And you're going to get a receipt, everybody, if you give anything. But right now, what you hear me saying is we need underwriters. We need underwriters to help keep the literacy hour on the air. If we do not get underwriters, then, well, you won't be able to hear the show on the radio. You'll have to listen to it on YouTube because we're going to keep going. God hasn't told me to stop yet, and I won't stop until he says stop. It ain't over until God says it's over. And for those of you who know me well, When God says something is over, I'm going to let him have the right of way. But he has not told me that. Now the devil is busy though. Oh yeah, he's seeking who he can kill, steal, and destroy. He is on the prowl. I think his time is running out, and that's why we got so much going on. But I'm going to continue to resist him because the Bible says that if you resist the devil, that he will flee from you. And I am just bold enough to believe it. The city of Jackson, I cannot say enough about the mayor's youth summer employment program. Let me say that again. The mayor's youth summer employment. They're making money program. Okay. Young people who are learning how to be office assistants, how to take direction, constructive criticism, how to learn to be professional, how to show up to work on time and to be accountable. For many of them, this is their first job. We've been blessed. We have a research assistant, Miss Ginger Furlow, top of the line research assistant. She's researching all kinds of things, and here it is, Education Literacy Tuesday. She's been researching, doing some investigating, some hunting, some finding. Okay, research when you go try to find something out. All right. And you can use different resources to do that. You can use people. You can talk to people. You can use books. You can go online. Right. We do a lot of research in a lot of different ways. Well, she's been my sidekick where data literacy is concerned, data stewardship, artificial intelligence. And so she's been all over this framework. You've heard her right here on the Literacy Hour. We're talking about the impact of the Literacy Hour, a show that's not free, you all. And I hate to say that. It just makes me so sad because I volunteer each and every day. I don't get a paycheck from Test Taking Solution. I don't get a paycheck from none of your radio stations. I don't get a paycheck. But Dr. Liddell has been here since November 2022, right here on the air, every Tuesday morning. And all I'm simply asking is that if you appreciate the Literacy Hour, if you want to keep hearing it on your radio station, because I'm going to keep going, you will hear it on YouTube. If I have to pick up sticks and cans to pay for it, I will do just that. We apply for grants. We apply for the bank loans. But now I'm also a businesswoman. I have an MBA and I don't like debt. Okay. I don't like having to owe anybody anything. I pay my debts. And so I'm not a fan of loans. I'm a fan of if you can do the work, then you win bids to do the work. So we apply for bids. We submit all the time. And because we're small, I think that's one of the reasons they go with the bigger guys. But you just heard Mr. EJ. And I just told you that we got 12 others just like him. 13, 14. Okay, we got some more just like him in various grades. From second grade all the way to 12th grade. You haven't heard our 12th graders. Okay? I'm talking, and I'll go ahead and say it. Kids who had dropped out of school in sixth grade. Sixth grade. So they weren't going back. Those kids are in the 11th grade today. Yeah, their families, or maybe we found them ourselves just walking the street, but they're in the 11th grade, you all. And right now, this summer, those students, we're focused on getting them past the biology test. They have a state biology test that they must take and pass in order to graduate. Watch. I say watch and pray because prayer does work. Just like Brother Larry Armstrong played for us at the top of the hour. Prayer changes things. And that's why we're still here today. It's because I prayed and mind my own business as well. I don't, what did it say, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. And so I like just sweeping around my own front door. And that's how I think we are able to keep keep things straight. But I thank God for the Mayor's Youth Summer Employment Program. Miss Ginger is all over her job. Um, she stayed the course, no matter how tough, no matter how challenging. She's been researching and helping me with our pre-medical students, our pre-dental students. You heard me correctly. I didn't stutter. We've sent students to medical school. Why? Because we helped them pass the MCAT. We've sent students to dental school. Why? Because we helped them pass the DAT, the dental admission test. And we have students today who we're helping to pass those exams. We have helped teachers to pass their praxis exams. We've helped nurses to pass their NCLEX exams. It just is what it is. Impact. And so we want to continue this resource, continue to be able to provide the resource, but I can't do it by myself. It takes a village. And I thank God for City of Jackson and for them employing this young lady, Miss Ginger. She has been checking on some things I wanted to talk about this morning about that AI statewide network. I told her, listen, Maine is a main player in all of our AI education here in the state. And I want you to tell me whenever Maine has some sort of event. The Mississippi Artificial Intelligence Network. That's what it is. The Mississippi. I told you about it last Tuesday because last Tuesday was Tech Tuesday. But the Mississippi Artificial, I want you to look that up. Artificial Intelligence Network. That's right. We have a whole network. And I want you to be aware of it because Mississippi Artificial Intelligence Network, mainems.org. That's their website, mainems.org. It's the nation's first statewide AI initiative, the leader in artificial intelligence education, training, and awareness across Mississippi. That's what you're going to see when you hit their website. And you'll be able to sign up for, get this, free AI courses. Don't be left behind because we're certainly not going to be left behind over here at Test Taking Solution. Why does Dr. Liddell keep saying left behind? Well, if Miss Ginger was here, she could tell you. But I had her on and I'm letting her rest this morning. She's doing some other work. We are very busy. But she would tell you something she shared with me yesterday. I'll read it for you because she gave me a written statement. What's an affidavit? It's a sworn written statement. Now, I didn't ask her to give me an affidavit, but Miss Ginger is so awesome doing her checkouts. She not only checks out verbally, I have all of our interns checking out with me. They check out every day. I don't care where they are, what they're doing. There comes a time during the day when they have to check out. And so she checked out on yesterday. And she told me that she had read over the newsletter that Maine sent out yesterday. You see, I told her to keep up with what's going on, and she did. I already knew about the newsletter, but I was happy to know that she too had found out about it. A newsletter went out yesterday from Maine, and she said it strikes me as quite odd for a very specific reason. I love it. There's been a lack of updates on the website because we do watch for that. And not only Miss Ginger, but other staff members and team members here at Test Taking Solution have agreed, you all, that the reason Dr. Liddell keeps saying let's not be left behind is because things keep sneaking up on us. Maine has been doing a lot of work, it seems, in the background. We know because we check the site every day trying to keep up with things. They've been speaking, doing panel discussions and summits. We didn't know anything about them. So on June the 4th, for example, here we are sitting at July the 7th. On June the 4th, Dr. Napier spoke at a panel discussion. The name of that panel discussion was Building the Future with AI and Intelligent Systems. It was hosted at the Mississippi Business Alliance Manufacturers Council Summit. Now, that's something I've never heard of. And maybe it's just me, but it feels like these organizations just keep popping up out of nowhere. Okay. On June the 8th and June the 9th, There was an AI Summer Summit. I didn't know anything about the AI Summer Summit. Did you all? On June the 12th, the Mississippi Health Information Management Association had something going on. And so all of these events are in relation to making artificial intelligence better, strengthening the data that AI models are using in medical centers, to draw upon. They're learning. AI is learning, you all, is learning how to be better. We call it machine learning. Generative AI usage in the classrooms. Things mentioned in the framework that we have posted on our website. That's ttsfoundation.org. We posted the actual framework over there on our website. Just go over there and click on the literacy hour, and you'll be able to scroll down to the resources that we provide, and you'll see the entire framework. And it's just that, it's a framework. It talks about various domains, like data literacy and data stewardship. But i I just got a feeling that some things, well, I'm gonna go and say it. We can't be secretive about these events and all of the things that are going on. We need to know about them. So I wonder if Maine is um, announcing or advertising on stations like WMPR 90.1 FM that gets the word out to the community, and in large part to underserved communities. If not, I really would invite Maine or any other of these organizations to set aside some marketing and advertising dollars so that we truly can do what your mission says you want to do. Now, I'm not saying you're not doing it. I'm just saying I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, and a whole lot of other folks. Now, when I ask a room full of folks, did you know about the panel discussion? Did you know about the AI summit, the summer summit? Did you know about? They say no. So that is a problem. Houston, we have a problem. So we will continue to follow Maine. Maine, we're following you because you are the Mississippi AI Network. You're the nation's first statewide AI initiative. Your mission, you are helping all of us to stay educated and up to date all things AI in our state. So you have a newsroom, you have events, you have newsletters, and we thank you for publishing the newsletter on yesterday. We read it and saw all of what Maine has been up to, and we didn't know anything about it. All right, so we'll continue to try to stay up to date. And listening audience, Literacy Hour listening audience, when I know about these events and all these educational resources, I'm going to share them with you. Yeah, and I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Mr. Spencer Harris, for making sure we know what's going on at the museums and just in the community. We appreciate all of you. But City of Jackson, thank you. Thank the mayor, somebody, for having the wherewithal and the foresight to employ the youth. Um, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. And so helping to keep our children busy is a strategy. It's a strategy that helps to cut down on a lot of other things. But how many of you know that we can't keep them busy without funding? So I'm glad that the city of Jackson was able to find the funding to employ the youth during the summer. I don't know why people think things are free. I don't know. Every computer in this building, every table, every chair, every piece of anything, all of the arts and crafts, all of that, we had to buy it. We had to go get it from somewhere. And it costs money. I'm grateful for Hinds County Public Works Department. Very professional. I'm especially appreciative of Supervisor District 4, Mississippi's very own, Wanda Evers. She's the Vice President of the Board of Directors. Special Projects, Miss Lavon Sampson. Senior Executive Administrative Assistant, Miss Lisa Hinton. And these people have made things work. And they're helping us to plan the back to school rally for academic success, which is going to take place at the end of our summer academic enrichment program. Yeah. And so we're trusting God. We're praying just as the song said at the top of the hour, because Test Taking Solution Foundation is a 501c3. You can find our annual reports. They're right on the website, including recent financial statements. And we just got our tax return back from the amazing Brown and Ewing CPA firm. We're going to post that as well. Yeah. So all you have to do is click on the About Us page and scroll down. You will see our documents. We are very, very transparent. You want to know anything else? Just call us up. That word of the day, don't forget, is affidavit. Affidavit. Let me tell you some more good news. Some more good news while I still have time. You know that workforce development today is focused on basically retraining folks, right? Retraining, skilling, upskilling people for this age of AI. That's right. I'm going to talk a little bit about that semiconductor manufacturing industry that I mentioned on last week. But before I do that, I will be remiss if I do not share this good news with you about how now Mississippi, yes, Mississippi has made more progress in the arena of education. hmm A new report shows that Mississippi made progress in education, but we still have challenges in other child well being metrics. The 2026 Kids Count Data Book has been published. It's published every year by the Annie E. Casey Foundation, and it was recently published. So they have a new scoring system, and the Annie E. Casey Foundation says that this new scoring system is going to reveal a more nuanced picture of child well-being than the rankings do alone. So when something is ranked something, you're not quite sure what that ranking entails. Well, the 37th edition of the Kids Count Data Book introduces a new way to measure child well-being. It shows not only how states compare with one another, but whether they are making meaningful progress. Ooh, I love that. Because you see, at the end of the day, what really matters is outcomes. You can talk until you're blue in the face. You can talk out the side of your neck all day if you want to. But I really won't care about what you're saying, okay, until you show me the outcomes. Show me what your intervention has produced. Show me the results of what you say you know how to do. Let me see it, because seeing is believing. And then you got to do what the wonderful caller told us to do when she called in this morning. You got to be compassionate. You got to care. And if you are compassionate and you care, you're sure enough going to get some great results. Yeah, those it's an important ingredient. You got to have it in the mix. You can have all the education you want to have, all the degrees, all the credentials, or you don't have to have any. But if you don't care, if you just flat footed don't care about the kids you're teaching, if you don't care about that bus you're driving, if you don't care about that trash you're picking up, if you don't care about the patients you're doctoring on or nursing on, if you don't care, it's going to come through. I paused there because I wanted to sink in. It is going to show. So you got to care. You got to have compassion. Folks don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I'm not saying you have to care about everything, okay? God gave all of us gifts. And together, we work together to make the whole thing move forward. I respect your gift, and I want you to respect mine. Because I know that when we put them together, that's what I love doing. I love bringing teams together. I love it. It's very easy for me to do. And I enjoy watching teams then go out and do what they do and get the result. So the 37th edition of the Kids Count Data Book introduced a new way to measure child well-being. They changed some things. They tweaked some things and say there's a better way. We're not only going to compare the states, but we're going to show you whether or not they're making meaningful progress. The data book assigned every state a score from 0 to 1,000 based on 16 indicators across 4 domains of child well-being. They looked at economic well-being, They looked at education. They looked at health and family. And they looked at community. I'm mighty glad about it. The scores are based on the latest available child well-being data, largely from 2024. You see, and that's what AI is going to be able to help us to do is stay up to date. I don't like this old, information, but we have to act on only what we have. And at the time, the only data they had was largely from 2024. So folks are still analyzing and compiling, I guess, the data from 2025. And here we are past the middle of the year in 2026. Things change and they change rapidly, but we're going to act on the data and the reports that we have. And so Annie E. Casey is saying, hey, very transparently, that the data we're talking about is largely from 2024. The baseline the organization used was from 2019. Don't you know that's the last full year before COVID hit us, before the pandemic? Now, if you don't think things were different then compared to now, I got a bridge I'll sell you in London. What I'm saying is data matters. The timing of the data matters. The resource matters. The uh, who it is, what the source is matters. The literacy hour is a source. Our radio stations are sources. They matter because these are sources that can provide you with up to date information. There are others, television stations, they matter. And I'm very grateful for them. So, with this data, using the new system, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Utah, they earned the highest overall scores, while Louisiana, New Mexico, and Mississippi scored the lowest. Annie E. Casey just being honest. But yes, it's still good news. I still want to report, that we're 16th in the country now regarding our education. Okay. But there are some other indicators of child well being where we're not doing well. So it's not all about education. Now, in the field of healthcare, in medicine, I know this field, I'm a family medicine physician. We know that social determinants of health matter. Social determinants of health. Whether or not your family has stable income coming in, they're employed, they have reliable transportation, and in this day and time, reliable internet service. These are social determinants of health. Can they access health care? Okay. Now, I'll talk more about that next Tuesday because we'll be coming back with health literacy on the Literacy Hour. That's next Tuesday and every second Tuesday. You can get us again on YouTube, Test Taking Solution Foundation, just in case you cannot get us on the radio. Because I'm telling you now, if we do not get underwriters to underwrite the cost of us being on the radio stations, then I'm telling you, we won't be on the radio. I simply cannot afford it. I simply cannot. And I cannot make anyone give Test Taking Solution a grant or give Test Taking Solution a bid. Now, we'll win on our own merit. I can tell you that. If we if we propose something, you best believe we're going to do it. Dot the I's and cross the T's. But I understand. I understand both sides of it, all sides of it. I understand. You're talking to a person with understanding. I went to Tougaloo College. And didn't you know that Tougaloo is producing some of our states, as a matter of fact, largest percentage of our states, doctors and lawyers? That's African American, if you will. Didn't you know that we're going to visit, as Mr. EJ said this morning, another HBCU, historically black college and university, Jackson State. And we're on our way. When I get off the air, it looks like they're out there, they're getting ready and getting the children all taken care of right now. We're going to be out the door, headed over here to meet this team, and they're waiting on us. This team, man, Jackson State, thank you. They had a beautiful portal, you all, where you could go and schedule your tour. It's just been wonderful. the campus tours guide. That's right. I think it's their undergraduate recruitment division. That's right. And I mean, just as professional as all outdoors. They talked about parking, what attire you must wear, and important reminders. And then they had to end it with this, go Tigers. You understand? But boy, I tell you the truth. I wish I could have been sitting there with them. I would have said, now what about them Bulldogs at Tougaloo and over at Mississippi State University? Hell State. I'm just saying. But J State, we're headed your way, and I can't wait to see what you're laying down this morning for the students, second through 12th graders of Test Taking Solution. Thank you again to all of you who have made the program possible. To Miss Gloria Collins, I don't know what I would do without her. She is a retired school teacher, and Lord have mercy, the classroom is missing an angel because I've watched students grow. They just started yesterday, but I watched them go from A to D on yesterday, and we got the whole month to go. So just watch. Sit back and watch the outcomes. And if you really want to get a chance to see it up close, mark your calendars for July 23rd, because from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., we're going to be showcasing our kids. We're going to have a good old time at our back to school rally for academic success right here at Test Taking Solution on the grounds. And then Pastor Julius Laird and his first lady, co-pastor Kiba Laird, they're going to share a powerful message for the youth at the end of the event. That's right, a community tent revival at the end of the event. God is good, and I know you're saying all the time because you believe it like I do. I'm mighty glad about it. May 26th, just recently, the U.S. Census Bureau, they released some data tables. I love the U.S. Census Bureau. Man, they are over there gleaning everything they can glean from the data that came in with the last census. And they showed us that 23.4% of people aged 3 and over are enrolled in school somewhere. 23.4% of all the people over age of 3 are enrolled in somebody's school. That's right. 11% of them are in nursery school or kindergarten. 43% of them are in elementary school. 23% of them are in high school. And 23% of them are in college, whether that's undergraduate or graduate school. That's just a little bit of the highlight from U.S. Census Bureau as far as our educational systems are concerned. I'm so glad. But I want you to go over there and see the Annie E. Casey Foundation report for yourself, because I don't have time to talk about it all, but you really need to see it. We're moving up educationally. We're not doing a doggone thing where some of the other stuff is concerned. Community, family, economic well-being. It shows that we're struggling. And when parents struggle, children struggle. I don't like it, and I know you don't. Thank you guys so much for being with me this morning. So many other places you could have been, so many other shows you could have been listening to. Could have been listening to music this morning. But instead, you tuned into the Literacy Hour, and I hope that today you learned at least one thing, whether it was the new word affidavit that some of you just learned for the first time, or whether it was about the Annie E. Casey Foundation report, or whether it was about our summer academic enrichment program, or the fact that we have food services program going on. Whatever it may have been, I hope that you appreciate the information. I hope that you appreciate the community uplifting and engagement, because it's just what we do. I thank you, and I also want to sign off. If you are listening by way of radio, I'm signing off. Unless we get an underwriter. We get an underwriter, you might hear us back on the radio next Tuesday. If you don't, tune in to YouTube, because that's where I'll be. Test Taking Solution Foundation. That's our station on YouTube. Thank you very much, everyone. I want you to go out and have a great day, and let's do what our caller said to do. Let's be kind to someone today. J State, Sonic Boom of the South, football Tigers. We're on our way. Oh, wait a minute now. Somebody calling at the last minute. Come on, caller. What is it? You got 1 minute. Caller, go ahead. You have 1 minute. Okay, they got shy and they hung on up. And so I guess they had more to say than 1 minute. Call me after the show. Y'all do it anyway. You hit me up all the time. Well, listen, that's all the time I have here in the studio. It's been a joy. Have a great rest of your day. With Test Taking Solution and your host, Dr. Kentrell Liddell, MD, MBA. We are located at 2104 Thousand Oaks Drive in Jackson, Mississippi. Visit us on the web at www.testtakingsolution.com. Join us each Tuesday from 7 to 8 a.m. for another life-changing conversation here on our podcast live stream at affiliate stations.